But that run that you guys put together, I'm always fascinated by the sort of circling of the wagons, if you will. You lose Hayward at the very beginning of the season. You knew all year long you were going to be that. But you were a team built to a large degree around Kyrie Irving for so much of the year. He goes down. What was the mentality of your team when the playoffs began?
Well, we had each other, and we knew that. Obviously, you flick on the TV and you see a lot of negativity. But, you know, we came in every day, and we held each other accountable. And obviously, being in practice, we knew we had each other. We still had to go out there and play along the lines and leave it all out there. So it wasn't easy because everybody got hurt at the same time. Kyrie, Daniel Tice, Marcus Smart. It's like they all hurt in the same week. So it wasn't easy, but, you know, we stuck together and we made it work.
And there's always one person who holds it together, it feels like. Who was that one person for your team, whether it's a coach, whether it's another player, who held everything together and said, we are not going to change our expectations?
Easy, it was Al Horford. Al Horford, you know, he's been great to us all year. And, you know, obviously when them guys went down, he definitely stepped in and played a bigger role.
It's interesting to see how your mentality was when the playoffs began, but then there was a time you're up 2-1, like, or 2-0. Everyone believes that you're going to win the playoffs, and then ultimately you don't. I mean, how have you been able to manage that process, and how does it feel now, kind of getting over that loss?
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's tough. You know, it's hard to tell a group of competitors you'll get it next year.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. It's tough to put up with that. But, you know, like they say, it's part of it. It's part of it. And, you know, you got to have next few months got to be important for our whole team, for our guys who are very young. And, you know, we're looking forward to it.
Jalen Rose is in Oakland. I know he has some things he wants to get into with you as well. Go ahead, Jalen.
Terry, thank you for joining our fine program. Appreciate the love. You had an amazing season this year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What was it like to be a breakout performer and now people view you different? Fans, media, your teammates, when you go from being a backup to Kyrie Irving, then all of a sudden you take over for him. The first game you start, you have a triple-double. Now we have a nickname for you in Scary Terry. Drew Bledsoe has a line of wine for you and things of that nature. So what was it like to be a breakout performer and this newfound stardom because of your play?
Obviously, it was great, man. It was great. It didn't hit me until obviously after the season. You know, you're just living in the moment. Coach always says, never get too high, never get too low. So I try to live by that. And, you know, it was just a lot of fun. You know, made it to the top 4 team. So obviously everybody is watching the games and they know, you know, who we are. So, you know, I just want to build off of that. This summer is important for me, and obviously getting the recognition is just a start.
TR, was there I know for every player when you get into the league, there's that defining moment where you realize, yo, I belong here. I not only belong here, I could be great here. When did that moment, who did it come against? How did that happen for you?
You know, well, I had a chip on my shoulder. It's gonna always remain. You know, I always tell myself every day, you know, I'm just as good as, you know, anybody. And but you know, when Kyrie went down and I was in the gym shooting, it was just me and Coach. Coach had walked in, and you know, he gave me that same message. You're just as good as anybody, and he believed that. I strongly believe that, man. You know, just took off from there.
And Jalen has one more. Go ahead, Jalen.
Hey, Terry, the outfit that you were wearing at the podium when you made a mistake and said Drew and the whole Bledsoe thing blew up, will you be rocking that again?
No, I will not. It is put up deeply in the closet.
Can you see what he's rocking right now, Jalen? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, he crisped today, looking like he about to get some new money.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's the bag? Secure
Exactly.
the bag, TR.
Now that all this time has gone by, the Bledsoe thing was in its own way sort of like the most, like the best little accident you could ever possibly have, right? Like a serendipitous mistake. You accidentally say the guy's name wrong, and now all of a sudden it's become a huge part of your identity. You can admit it. Now it's all over and all that. Did you say it wrong on purpose?
You did.
No.
Okay. All right. Do I believe you?
Probably not.
Fair enough. Okay, let's turn our attention now to these finals. You just came off of 7 tough games against these Cavaliers. And we've seen the Warriors take the first 2 games. First one was extraordinarily close. Last night, Cavs had a few chances in that second half. What are you seeing right now from the Warriors, what they are doing so effectively to keep everybody, it feels like, except for LeBron, from getting anything going at all?
Moving the ball, cutting a lot. When you got a team that got so many good shooters, and it allow guys to cut and get a lot of layups because you're so worried about the three ball and things like that. It's just tough. It's tough to cover everybody on the floor that's trying to screen for the great shooters out there, but they also slip to the basket too. So you're so worried about guarding that three-point line and you give up easy baskets, and them easy baskets add up.
We've kind of seen you at the touchscreen, talk through the Warriors and guarding them a little bit, but you played against LeBron. So what would be the game plan you think needs to exist against him to just even contain him? If he's not, just keep him from dropping 50.
Have him exert as much energy as he can. He's a different breed. Obviously, he's been doing what he's doing for 15 years. Can't take nothing away from him, but you just got to try to make him exert as much energy when you're the opposing team.
Just curious, has he said anything to you since the end, or when you guys are dapping each other down? We saw the moment with Tatum, but have you ever talked to LeBron?
He little bro me, so we just gonna leave it at that. But no, obviously, just his little brother. That's how he feel, and it was just great to talk to him after the game. I don't want to share everything we talked about, but it was just great.
That's fair. Hold on to it.
Hell.